So one of the main topics of Boruto TBV VORTEX, especially after chapter 8, is Himawari. JURA and HIDARI invaded Konoha to look for Naruto Uzumaki. Besides completely devouring him, it seemed JURA may have some questions to ask him, probably just to clear up the confusion on the books he read. When JURA finished up working Kawaki, he noticed a strong chakra signature, in which he stated was BIJUU chakra, thinking it was Naruto. But when he went to investigate, it was actually Himawari that he was sensing. It's interesting to me that they knew Naruto was a JUJUTSU, but had no knowledge that he had lost Kurama in his battle with Ishiki. It's most likely because since JURA is the incarnation of the Ten Tails, it would notice that part of his chakra actually dwelled in 9 other people, and Naruto was indeed one of them. But since Naruto lost Kurama in what seemed to be a completely separate dimension, it's no surprise that JURA, who is part of the Ten Tails, had no prior knowledge of this. And it's not like ever since the 4th Great Ninja War, Naruto has ever confronted the Ten Tails face to face. The Ten Tails in Naruto was always in a different dimension, so it would be nearly impossible for him to actually know Naruto isn't a JUJUTSU anymore. This explains why the Shinju thought Himawari was Naruto, but it doesn't explain how exactly Himawari has BIJUU chakra. I'm gonna be honest here, my initial reaction of this while reading chapter 8, I just couldn't wrap my head around the idea of Himawari actually inheriting Kurama from Naruto. It just didn't make any sense to me, but just from rereading a few things and having conversations, I have come up with a few conclusions that could be a possibility. I already know about tailed beasts re-emerging if ever unalived, because all they are is pure chakra, but in this case, Kurama burned all of his chakra through nuclear fusion to create Baryon mode as his last resort. So there's simply no chakra for Kurama to resurrect himself again. And if somehow there were traces of Kurama's chakra elsewhere from the main body, it should take like hundreds of years or more for him to actually return. Either way you look at it, it's just way too soon for Kurama to return, if he even can return anyway. So this can't be the case with Himawari. Like I said in my chapter 8 review, we knew Himawari was going to be special. Many people like to bring up when Himawari gotten upset at Boruto because he tore her stuffed toy and knocked her father out clean cold for literally the entire day. Although I do think this could be a representation of her potential and innate ability, a better example would probably be when Damon pounced on Himawari because of the unusually intense chakra that he sensed from her. Well, he didn't say it was her chakra that was intense, but he described it as just an intense feeling. But I'll just assume it was her chakra that he was sensing, just for it to make sense. Something many people brought up is the possibility of Himawari being the JUJUTSU of Shukaku. If I can remember correctly, Boruto was given the task of looking after Shukaku for a while. It ended up being in Himawari's care, or maybe it was Naruto that gave Shukaku to Himawari. It was a while since I watched it, but you get the point. In that time, Shukaku and Himawari bonded well. Even though it is anime canon, it shows a possible connection Himawari could have with him, and it looked like it could be foreshadowing a future partnership between them, but I personally don't think that will be the case. Anime canon in Boruto has been shown to foreshadow future concepts, like Boruto wearing a glove to hide something. In the anime, it was used to hide his karma to keep Boruto from attracting unwanted attention, and it was Sasuke's glove at that. So in the manga, this never was a thing. Boruto never wore a glove anytime in part 1. But in TBV VORTEX, he can be seen clearly wearing a glove. But it's not to hide his karma or to handle his sword, because Boruto is right-handed and his karma is on his right hand, but the glove is on his left hand. So you may think the glove is useless or just for appearance, but this may not be the case. It could be used to hide something else, perhaps a specific power he inherited through Momoshiki. If you want to know more about that, because that is a popular theory floating around in the Boruto community right now, then click the video in the top right corner. But to get back on the topic, most anime canon is usually made to indirectly foreshadow future concepts we will see in the future. Another clear one will be Boruto coming up with a new unique Rasengan to defeat a former Kara member in Deepa. Same thing as he used Rasengan Uzuhigo to defeat a former Kara member in Code. So I would take the scenario with Shukaku and Himawari not to say, oh, she's going to become the JUJUTSU of Shukaku, who's literally the weakest tailed beast by the way, but maybe she's going to have a close connection to the BIJUU in some way in the future. And as we see from chapter 8, that looks to be the case. You see, I don't think Himawari is a Jinchuriki at all, nor will she ever be. The intense chakra that Damon and JURA felt was indeed that of a BIJUU. But what's so special about Himawari's chakra is that she only has BIJUU chakra. Her chakra is that of a BIJUU. This would explain the intensity of Himawari's chakra that Damon was sensing. If she was a Jinchuriki, she would most likely still have her normal chakra like Naruto did with Kurama. Naruto had two types of chakra. He had his base chakra, and then he had his Nine Tails chakra, which you can see is a type of red chakra. And he could only bring out this tailed beast chakra when his base chakra ran completely out. Because we learned, as a Jinchuriki, your body expends a lot of normal chakra to suppress your tailed beast chakra. It was only when Naruto learned how to control Kurama's chakra, he was able to bring out his tailed beast chakra at will. Now, this doesn't mean it's impossible, because if Himawari isn't Jinchuriki, it would be completely different than Naruto, because Kurama was sealed into him, but with Himawari, there would be no seal. So possibly there would be different rules to that scenario as well. At the beginning of the video, I stated that I couldn't wrap my head around the idea of Himawari having BIJUU chakra. But what's difficult to understand isn't the BIJUU chakra, it's how she acquired it, especially if she had it since birth. I mean, it's not impossible. She kind of hit the jackpot when it comes to her genes. Her dad inherited chakra from Hagoromo himself, and is the reincarnation of Ashura OTSUTSUKI, and her mother is the Byakugan princess, and is closely connected to Hamura. It's possible, since Naruto at the time shared a connection to not only Kurama, but all of the tailed beasts at the same time, there might have been a way Himawari inherited this through Naruto some way. But it's only because of Kurama is this possible, because as we all know, Kurama was the entire reason Naruto had a connection with the rest of the tailed beasts. This connection was forged through the other tailed beast chakra, and since Kurama was the medium for this chakra, we see when Kurama died, Naruto lost his connection to the tailed beasts. So maybe Himawari's chakra somehow fused with Kurama's, and because of this, she also has a close connection to all the tailed beasts as well. So it's almost like she has the chakra of all tailed beasts at once. Or to keep it simple, she has chakra similar to that of the Ten Tails, which would make it even more understandable that Damon was so intimidated by her intense chakra. And it goes along with the story too. We've been reading this manga for almost a year now. We understand the power needed to really make a difference going up against the villains nowadays. Himawari having Ten Tails chakra isn't something we should dislike. All this does is give her that much more potential and responsibility in the series. Although the idea of her having Nine Tails chakra, or even being the Jinchuriki of Shukaku, is a really dope idea, I'm afraid just having that doesn't move the needle enough to have any significant impact in the story as of now. She also has the Byakugan, so that's still a plus to her fighting capabilities as well. I think this does give her levels of potential closer to Boruto and Kawaki than you think, but only if executed well. Do I think she will go as far as to try to fight the Shinju in chapter 9? Hell no. But for now, that responsibility solely falls onto Boruto and Sarada. Himawari is still in training, and from her sparring match against Chocho, she's not quite ready to take on such a feat. But she has potential that outweighs everyone not named Boruto and Kawaki. And I feel like I need to say this again just for some people who may misinterpret the video. This is just what I think personally. Of course, there are many other theories out there that probably make just as much sense, or even more than this video suggests. But when I make theory videos, I take everything into account, even the flow of the story so far. And from where we're going right now, I feel it might be necessary for Himawari to inherit the chakra of all the tailed beasts. This way it could possibly give her a more diverse arsenal of jutsu and releases she has at her disposal, like Naruto shown in the 4th grade ninja war, and possibly her own custom chakra mode as well. There's many possibilities out there, so if you have one that you would like for me to hear, then I'll be more than happy to have a conversation on the matter in the comment section below. Let me know what you think on the matter. What kind of BIJUU chakra does Himawari possess, and how did she acquire it? But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, I hope you would be so kind to like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help the video reach a much wider audience. We are growing at a rapid pace. To think just 8 months ago, I was sitting at no more than 70 subscribers, but I have you guys to thank for that now. So thank you, truly, everyone who's been on this journey with me since day one, along the way, and everyone who's just now joining through this video, because maybe this is the first video you ever seen of mine. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. But without further ado, I'll see y'all in my next video, and I'm out. Peace.